Happy Monday. Happy Monday, June the 8th. It's James and SOULCare. I felt like singing today. Happy Monday, yeah, happy June the 8th. Wherever you find yourself. Hi, May. Come on, baby girl. My daughter's hanging out. Come here, you want to come with Dada? Come on. Come on. And their gardeners are in the neighborhood. It's gardener day today. It's everything happening. Come here, Mace. Hi. Hi, baby girl. You want to go night-eyes? Okay. Look, my beard is coming in. My goodness. Hi, Elizabeth and Lillian and Jill. Hi, baby girl. Oh. Oh. Here, Bella. She's yawning. Oh. Come here, I want to say hello. Oh. Come here, Mom. Come here, Mom. Come say hi. Come here. Oh. Oh. Go say hi. Go say hi to everyone. That's my mama. That's Maisie May. Hi, Mama. Say hi, Mom. Oh, my goodness, she says. What is all this stuff going on? Yeah, the gardener's up there mowing, blowing, go. She's looking to see what's going on. You want to go back to Nana's? You want back to Nana's? Okay. All right, I'll break you down. Come on. Oh! Okay, good girl. Good girl. Yes, you are. Oh, my goodness. Oh, how fun. How much fun was that? How much fun was that seeing everyone? Oh, it was fun. It was fun. Okay. Wait till next time. That's my daughter. Hello, Deb, Indiana. Thanks, James. Happy Monster Monday. That's fun. Monster Monday. I feel like singing. I don't know why. It's Monster Monday. It is today. A warm hug from Nairobi, Kenya. Wow, a warm hug back. Amelia Lavsky. That's beautiful. First time I've got up, well, Kenya, a friend from Kenya. Thank you. I had a very nice weekend. I worked all weekend. I was doing gardening and planting and irrigation and shopping, going to the supermarket for the fourth time. And what else did I do? I put a map together for my house for the gardener people. What else? Cleaned out a closet. Oh, I have a good story to tell you. Thanks, Olivia. I went and starting to clean all my closets out and throwing away all the old, documents and papers and get them shredded in the major, big, I guess they have, big company that shreds your stuff. So I started to clean my closet in my file drawer, putting all the old files in there, and I came across a file, and it said psychic readings that I received from 1987 to about 2005. And it was just wild. I know, amazing looking stuff too. Hi, Judy. And I was reading some of the readings from different people. They were mostly psychics. A couple of mediums, but mostly psychics. And it said, you're going to write a book one day, and that book is going to help people understand their souls. And it said, your book will be made, look out for your book. It's going to be good enough to be made into a movie, which it was. You're going to live in a house near water, which I did, in Laguna Beach. You're going to help many people with soul evolution, a lot about traveling. Yeah, it was really amazing. It really was pretty amazing. What about the retrogradism, Deanna? A Friday night, what a ride. It was quite a ride Friday night. And I don't know if you were here for my readings Friday night, but that was quite some amazing experience we shared. Wow. 900 people. And it was, excuse me, I'm just getting comfortable on my couch here. That was a really interesting time. Because the readings were phenomenal. I thought pretty good. And yeah, everybody benefited from it. It's just very important, which is why we do it. And yeah, it was great. Let me just see if I can. There you go. I feel like I'm in the woods with my beard. Hi from Wyoming. Hi, Terry. This is Frank Anderson. Hi, James. Frank Anderson. I was at your seminar in Minneapolis a few years ago. Karen, that's your wife. She passed through. Oh, I'm sorry, Frank. She was with you. She passed. Oh, okay. Thanks, Barbara and Bernadette from New Mexico. First time watching. Well, welcome, Luz. From Colombia, South America. Perfecto. Muchas gracias. Jill Bridget, what book did you write about Mikey? I don't remember. Who's Mikey, first of all? I don't know who you're talking about. Is it my nephew or something? No. Oh, Mikey. Mikey was a guy on the reading the other night. He was pretty amazing. He was a starseed child. So that was a pretty great one. Yeah, it was good reading. John did an amazing job. It was actually, I just talked to John this morning, it was 900 people. And it's a really talent to move people around and to, he's in the chat room making people feel comfortable. You don't want people to get too anxious. You want people to enjoy everything going on. But, you know, it's like taking care of the crowd and also having them be part of the experience too. So I thought today we would just, say Mondays, we ask questions and like general questions that will help everybody if you have any. And that would be great. And maybe some ideas you can give me for tomorrow you'd like to just go over exercises or meditations or so I can do another, I'm reading from a book, some of my great spiritual books I have. What would you like? I feel like I'm unclean with this beard, but I just shaved. I mean, just showered. I attended, this weekend. Yes, this weekend I'm doing from Friday night, 6 o'clock California time, till Sunday. So full day, Friday from 6 to 9. Saturday from 9 until 5 with a lunch break. And then Sunday morning from 9 till 12, I'm doing an event for 1440. It's a spiritual center. I'm doing it online. You can go onto 1440.com and see what it is. But it's going to be one of my more successful workshops that I do, which is Psychic Medium Healer. And which one are you? And I go through different exercises on each different discipline, and you kind of try each one out and find out where you relate to, what you resonate to. And that is the beginning. And it's good. It's a great one. Meditation, journeys, writing things down. It's going to be the first time I've ever done it on Zoom. So it'll be a very interesting way of doing it because you'll be working pretty much by yourself. So, but I'm going to have situations I'm going to present to you and which I'll know the answer of certain things and you'll also figure them out. Yeah, we'll do it. So this weekend, if you're interested, that's 1440. You can go online to 1440.com and check it out, the details. So, Kate, how do you know if you're a psychic ability? How do you tap into it? Well, first of all, check out this weekend. So it's really learning to listen to your heart, listen to your soul speak to you. That's intuition. Intuition is the soul's voice. So any way you can get to quiet the mind and listen to your soul speak and trust it, you're in. But the human being is so busy with their mind, go, 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 that they rarely take the time to just sit and quiet the mind and listen. Many say it's an art. It is an art of listening. So, for instance, this weekend at the workshop, I think we will do a couple of exercises with listening. And everybody that takes the workshop will have a very different experience with listening. So that's an intuitive exercise. So really exercises that bring you back to your intuition. Meditation is good. Mindfulness is good. Something to still the mind and start listening to your heart. Can you hear that behind me? The gardener is blow and go. Jazz, why do things we meditate on manifesting take a very long time to come forward? Janine, because the vibration here is very slow. It's slow moving. So I think part of that is, we have to learn patience. So it will happen, but in its right time, the divine time. And you learn something more about yourself as you're sending out that thought, that vision. The secret part about that is you have to keep on giving energy to that vision, to that thought, and give it more energy, It moves slowly, but it does work. It does happen. It does manifest eventually. How about talk about transfiguration? I saw you and Tony do, Stockwell did that at Omega several years ago. Oh, okay, Rhonda. So transfiguration, what is transfiguration? Well, transfiguration is where you're sitting in quiet and you allow the spirit people to come so close to you. We did this exercise once before here, where we have them go behind you and they kind of influence you. And transfiguration is when you sit quietly and you'll have the spirit they can come through you or on you in your face, and they can change your face and they can transfigure your face to look like someone in the spirit world. And they do that all the time. They'll do that all the time in certain mediums that are known for transfiguration mediums, where you'll actually see, many times you can see 2 or 3 or 4 spirits' faces on the person. I have my mediumship book here, which I don't. I was going to show you some photos of it. Maybe tomorrow we'll do photo day and show you all the different mediumship phenomena. But you can see a face very clearly on the medium's face. That's what transfiguration is. This is Angela Marissa. Curious your thoughts. Do people choose to not have children in the soul contract? I would say yes, very much so. Kathy Sanchez. There's always a spirit in my great nephew's room. He said it is a girl. When I asked him, he wouldn't go in his room alone. So Kathy, you have to ask him to talk to the girl and say, what is he afraid of? Because there's nothing to be afraid of. So just ask him to sit with him in the room and see what he says. And not what see what he feels, not what he thinks. Don't say, what do you think? Just say, what do you feel? Always say, what do you feel? Because then you go to the soul self, not the brain, not the left mind there. You want to get into the feeling of it. Hold on 1 second, please. Just checking the gardeners is next door. It was one of your books, a chapter about Mikey. Oh, that's Jill. Yes, but I know, Jill, I've written 12 books, I think, or 14, and I just don't remember which one it is, so sorry. Do I see a vaccine for COVID-19 this year? No, I don't. Doesn't mean it won't happen, but I don't see it. Question from Scotland, please. What's the worst negative spirit you've ever had to deal with? I've never had, really not a negative spirit per se. I never really had, the worst thing has been human beings. Living people have been really horrible. Horrible living people. Some really horrible people. There's so many of them to count. It's just Hollywood alone. But the other, we've seen it. We've seen it recently, the human being reacts insane in all different ways. So, come on, it's just crazy. We see it every day. So that's what I'm more afraid of. No spirit can treat you like that. No spirit can do those things. Oh, so remember, because we have these 4 eclipses this month, you're going to have a lot of weird energy. You're going to have a lot of strange things that happen. Because we're in retrograde, too, things from your past will show up very quickly. So, this is so weird. 3 days ago, a friend of mine, my housemate here, we were talking about, used to have a house in Palm Springs. It was a really nice house. It was a beautiful house. It was in Alexander, 1962, a classic house. And I fixed it up really nicely, put in a bathroom, and really spent a lot of money on that, and just made it really beautiful for what it was. And it was a nice, 2-bedroom house, and showpiece, I say. Mountains were behind it. And I left that house in 2013, and I said to my housemate, I said, wouldn't it be fun just to have a house again in Palm Springs? I'd love to, but too bad I don't own that house anymore. Well, yesterday, a friend of mine texted me, and she said, isn't this your house in Palm Springs you used to have? It was my house that I was just talking about, and it's on sale in Palm Springs. And then we looked at the photos, and they haven't changed one thing in the house. They changed maybe a bedspread, tacky, and but they kept all of the furniture, all of my prints, all of my artwork that I left there. Of course, I'm like, I want to go get my artwork, and they raised the price quite a bit, so I wouldn't buy it again because now it's the rental properties, and it's just not my thing anymore. Coachella, not me. So it was fun though, but things will come back for you. Watch, things come back. I think it's 1440.com, Phyllis. It's also on my website, vanprog.com. Hello from Ohio. Karen just read Heaven and Earth. Good, it's a good book, Heaven and Earth. You'll enjoy Heaven and Earth. Fran, how is your mom? Tell me. Hi, Charlene. Oh, sound is back. Okay, when I lean back. Okay, hold on. Okay, that should be better, right? Yeah. Sorry. My wall. I won't lean back. I'm such a bear. Okay. So, Fran, where do you think your mom is? You tell me. And what do you think my mom is? This is Colleen Feldman. Do you have a spirit guide, or do you correctly? Yeah, go. Oh, that's a good question. So, do I directly connect to spirit, or do I have spirit guides I connect with first? The way I work, every medium works very differently, but how I work is I have my team of guides who work with me. Well, they already have, but they work with me before the demonstration. But during the demonstration, they're working with the spirit people to come through, and I've heard them talk to them before, and they get them in line, and they are very much involved with helping, assisting the spirit the soul how to send the thought, how to send the feeling, how to send the emotion with the thought. Because just because somebody's passed over doesn't mean they know how to communicate properly. So my guides work very, very hard picking the right people in the spirit world who would be aligned very closely to my makeup, to the medium's makeup. And that's really the best connections, I would say, that mediums can make. Well, you have a spirit that is very much in alignment to your own, to the medium's self. For instance, if I was, I have a good sense of humor, I like to laugh. If that spirit is a good sense of humor, likes to laugh, that'd be easier for me to bring through. If they're a creative type of person, it'd be easier for me to bring them through. If they're a mental person, science and thinking, I wouldn't be able to bring them through as much. I can, but it'd be harder for me because I don't have that my mind at the forefront of my mind. I have it, but not in the forefront of my mind. So it's interesting. It's an interesting process. But they have that responsibility. I don't. Thank goodness. Hello from Lori Lungmont. Hello, Colorado. Hello, Lori. Book from Dolores Cannon, Lorena Longo, Between Death and Life. Yes, Dolores Cannon was a wonderful teacher. I loved Dolores. Met her a couple of times. And she was just a natural-born teacher, a light worker, did a lot about past life regression, talked a lot about UFOs, aliens, the worlds of the other beings, and star people, so forth. And she's written many books. And to hear her lectures are great. You can always go on YouTube and listen to her. She's just knowledge, wisdom, font of knowledge, respect. She's one of the real genuine people. I just got to say, I always have so much respect for her. I was just getting to know her before she passed. Jennifer Weiber, please, James, can you help my horse to come to heaven? I don't understand, Jennifer, what that means. Is the horse still living in the physical body? What do you mean? Why would you think the horse needs help? Animals are so much more in tune than we are. Do I use a pendulum? No, I don't use a pendulum. I've graduated from pendulums probably 35 years ago. So pendulums are just like crystal balls, or just like, we could just say many things, like astrology charts, crystals, tarot cards. It's just an instrument to tune into the energy of the knowingness. So this weekend we'll use a pendulum. I'll demonstrate how to use a pendulum. So people that are in the workshop will use a pendulum. We'll show you how to use a pendulum, and we'll use it, and you'll see that's another way. We'll go through various ways of tuning into the energy. So it's just another way. Some people are comfortable with pendulum. Some people can hold an object called psychometry, and they get the energy from that object that belongs to that person. So yeah, there are all different ways of tuning into the knowingness, and that's just one. And I don't need anything. I just have tuned into spirit. I used to use a pad and write when I was doing psychic readings. That would ground me. But at that point, then I'd be off into the spirit world, and that's really where when I do my readings, I get right there. So I do it for a long time, though. I did transfiguration. I like to do transfiguration. And it depends on when I wouldn't do it here. It depends on when a workshop I do it at. And maybe this weekend I'll do it. It has to be a group that's really together and wants that. So, how do you know you're a healer? Many different ways. Yeah, many different healers. Okay, the basic thing, making someone feel better. Healers occur in ways, words that they say. It's energy. Words that they say might bring somebody up. Thoughts that they have. Ways that they can work with somebody to clear certain energy spaces. So different levels of healing, different ways of healing. So this weekend I'll go through that as well. This is from Lisa Hendricks. After that reading on Mike and Friday, I've been wondering what and how to recognize a star child. Okay, so Wednesday night, so pay attention to my Facebook page, or make sure you email. Kelly White, who was on Friday night with me, doing reading with me, and we came up to that Mikey, who's a star child. Her and I are going to do this Wednesday night a whole hour on star children and star seeds. So that'll be right here. Okay, so, but you have to make sure that you're, I think, email, make sure I have your email, but you'll see it on Facebook Live. It'll be on Facebook Live. So that's this Wednesday night. And it's at 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So it's all about star children and star seeds. James, this is Jenny from Dominic, Jeremy Mummery. Do you ever see spirit that looks like a living person? Yes, they always look living. They look more living than we do. We look like the dead ones. They're very much animated, full of life. We're the ones who are really not the ones that are full of life. We're full of worry and fear. So we're the dead. We're the walking dead. It's sad. But many spirits have said there can be thousands. You humans are the walking dead because you're not living in love. You're living in total fear. So, just repeating. Don't shoot the messenger. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Renata. Hi, Barbara Berkowitz. How do I know what my spirit guides are telling me? Well, Linda, you gotta quiet your mind again and listen, and really give your time patience to have a relationship with them. I have a whole course on it, the JP School of Mystical Arts, about listening to your guides, being with your guides. Check that out, please. I also wrote a book about it, but I think the course would be really good for you. Just patience. Jackie Cole. Hi, James. Are all mediums psychics? Every medium is a psychic, not every psychic is a medium, because mediums have to have a very good foundation of psychic ability, intuition. A well-developed medium will be able to, you'll be able to see them, you'll be able to witness them doing a psychic reading and then doing a mediumship reading. Two very different things. If you watch Tyler Henry on TV, I don't think poor Tyler knows the difference between psychic and medium, because he does his psychic reading and he goes into a mediumship reading and he goes back and forth. So that says to me he hasn't been developed the right way, because you want to stay consistent with your mediumship. You don't want to go back and forth. Psychic is easy. Psychic is not a quicker vibration. Mediumship is very fast vibration you got to tune yourself with and stay with. And it's really stay at that higher level of vibration, not easy. Psychic can go back down to the solar plexus. It's an easier, reading energy is so much easier than tuning to the higher frequencies of spirit. So that takes development and time to do that. So yes, very different. Never mix the two, because two very different things. Yes, is it true, Sue asked me, Sue Stone, is it true that family greets you when you pass over? Indeed they do. They prepare for your reunion. It's a reunion. It's a homecoming. They prepare for years, months, days. They prepare for you. I think they're always aware you're going to pass over, even though it's an accident sometimes. Different people have different viewpoints on this. Some people say they're unaware. I don't know. I find it hard to believe that they're unaware, even if it's an accident. They're outside of time, so I think they're pretty much always aware. I don't necessarily believe in spirits as hanging out in the earth levels, but I don't know. We're watching from Ireland, Janet. Janet O'Reilly. Hi, Janet from Ireland. How you doing, darling? Nice to meet you. Donna, I'm sure your dad was proud of you. So what you want to do is, Daddy, you proud of me? Close your eyes and listen. I always get these questions from people saying, oh, is a dead spirit, is their mother with them, the dead father with them? Where else would they be? Would they be out mowing the lawn? Of course they're with you. They're with you and they're with the rest of the family. So in the spirit world, it's very different than the human world, in that they can be at several places at once. So when you ask for them, they're there. So they're always around. They haven't forgotten you. They don't just become a figment of your imagination. They're very, very real. And they'll spend time with you. They won't spend every walking moment, but they will spend time with you. Especially when you need something, when they can open the doors for you, they will do that. The love that you've created continues on. So you never lose that love. I find that when spirit goes, in many ways they say to me, it's a time for the loved one on the earth to do their work here. We'll meet up again, but it's time to do, don't take it for granted, and don't lose this time and abuse the time to do your own work. So you got to do your own works down here, and that you want to end up in a nice place when you pass over. So do your work here for yourself. I find people that the rest of their life worrying about someone that passed over, they get so obsessed about that they don't do any work of their own. Then they get to the spirit side, like, oh, I want to be at that level. Well, you should have done your work. Now you got to work harder over here. So don't do that. Work good down here. Lori Brown, do our guides change numbers and different ones come through? And yes, very much so. Very good question, Lori. We have different guides. There are some guides that stay lifetimes. Some guides come through for just some kind of career or professional thing we're working on, or a hobby we're doing. There are some guides that come through who maybe were emotionally upset. We have joy guides come to us, usually children. There are all different guides coming depending upon what you are pursuing in your life at that moment. There are guides that stay for the whole journey, and the guides that change. So it's very wonderful. And remember that when guides come to you, they're working, so they themselves also can evolve. It's not that they're totally evolved and they have nothing else to do. They're working through you and with you, so they also can evolve in their level. And they're trying to bring you up to a higher level. See? The more you are yourself, the easier it is for you to move up. I like that. So the more you're with yourself, the more it's easier for you to move up. But the more you're like somebody else, then it'll be harder for you to move up because you're not yourself. See? I know you get that. I know you get that. I want you to feel that. Don't think about it. Feel it. You know, I think that everyone listening to this has the ability right now to change their lives. To change their lives and do what they really want to do. And stop making time, wasting the time. And stop filling the time with things. Do what your heart wants to do. Do something different. And don't blame others. And don't take the responsibility of life away for you from others. Oh, my dad treated me really badly. Oh, my sister was terrible. It doesn't matter. Who cares? You got to do you. You've got to do you. And you can't care what other people think of you because what other people think of you is none of your business. And they'll bring you down. You got to bring yourself up. So people might treat you horribly bad, really bad. And I've been there. I've been there. People treat me so bad. I can't even tell you. You wouldn't believe from where I've been. Like I say, I've earned every penny I've made. I deserve everything I've gotten here. Because I put up with a lot of stuff from all different levels, from childhood all the way to present day. And it's just interesting. And you got to you be yourself. Be yourself. Know what everyone else is taken. Yeah. Oscar Wilde. Instant manifestation. And I think you get things more manifested quicker the more you have love within yourself and love in your atmosphere around you. Love is the strongest healing force there is. Love brings together. Fear separates. So if you want something in your life manifested, if you have love with that, so if you send that vision out there, the picture out there with emotion, with love, oh, I love to see me doing this, or I love this in my life, I love it, that's going to bring it in quicker as well, because love is the fastest vibrational frequency. So you have to have love in that manifestation. It's almost like setting off a rocket with the right kind of fuel. Yeah? And you're the only one that can do that. No one can do it for you. No one. And now the time was shut in like this is a time for, like I said in the very beginning, it's an assessment for your soul. It's for you to, it's the universe giving you a second chance. It's the universe saying, okay, let's do a restart and start going. Don't go back to the old way. Don't dare go back to the old way. You've been through too much of this. You've worked too hard staying inside. You've got to be a better, kinder person for yourself, right? For yourself. And that's really what you want. And if anything, you see the demonstrations we've had and then riots, you know, it's one thing to, it's horrible. As on many levels, it's horrible because it's one thing to, you know, with speak your truth and protest quietly and beautifully, as a lot of people were, but then people take advantage of that, and that's not the right thing to do. I know that George Floyd he'd be very embarrassed. I think he was a very humble man. And I know he loved the honor, but he'd be very upset about the way things went to loitering and all that. But I think that was people's own anger and repression and all that. And then I think the government acts bizarre. You know, I think Trump acted bizarre with the Bible, and that was wrong. Having bullets, you know, rubber bullets, all that stuff. I don't get political, but I'm just saying the way the world is right now, it's not great. It's not great the way our leaders are behaving. And so it's up to you to change that within yourself and in your own world around you. And not to judge people, but to pass on love and saying, you know what, maybe there's a different way of handling this or doing this. And, you know, that's what we have to start doing. Make the world a different place than we found, you know, than we found it when we went into lockdown. Okay, a lot of comments come in, sorry. Vivid weird dreams. You're going to have a lot of weird dreams during these eclipses. So tune in Wednesday night, too, because Kelly will talk about that. Hi, Jackie from Mile High. Still not married. What? Okay, so you're desperate to be married. I don't know why. Just enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself and keep on putting it out there. Tomorrow you want me to do the meditation in the closet? Okay, I can do that. I'll do that tomorrow. I will do that tomorrow. I will do that tomorrow, sweetheart. Oh, do you like that? Oh, John Conroy almost called you this weekend. I found something. I found something in my files. I'm going to call you this week and show it to you. I'll tell you. I can't tell you in person. All right. Oh, Rachel wants to know, this is a good question. Is there a reason why I have some experience with spirits but not my family? Does that mean they have gone on and left you? Passed on a different dimension? No. Many times because you're thinking too much of your family. Come to me, come to me, come to me. And the other people, you have nothing there, so they just come right in. So what you can do is you just let go with your family, and then when you least suspect it, they'll be able to drop in because you're opening up the space around you, in the mind space, for them to come in. But if you're constantly thinking, come to me, I want to hear from you, you're kind of trying to control it. You can't control it. You can't control it. The more you try to control the space, the less you'll hear from them. So one day, let it go. You'll be driving, you'll hear from them. Or you take a shower, you'll hear from them. Or reading a book, you'll hear from them. It's when the mind's at ease, you'll be able to hear from them. Okay? Hi, from Swanton, Ohio. I've been there. Oh, you can't hear me. I'm sorry. I have to sit up. You can hear me better now? Okay. Thank you. Yes, I'm losing weight. How am I losing weight? I'm eating. I'm making my own food. Maybe that's why. Can you hear me better now? I hope so. I'm making my own meals. I cooked. I grew some vegetables in my garden. I did spinach salad. I just had. I'm making my own food. Really, I'm making a portion control. I'm really not thinking about it, but I just know I can only eat so much. Right. I've had a lot of vegetables. 3 meals a day. Very little snacks in between. No more alcohol. No more wine, which I loved. I noticed that right away. And I just had 1 glass a day, but I cut that out because calories. But that's it, really. And then working out. I work out I try to do a little bit every day. I do Pilates twice a week. I'm going to start doing working out with a trainer twice a week. I do yoga twice a week, and I swim every day. And that's how. Susie has a good question. Susie Burrows. Do souls inhabit a fetus that will end in miscarriage? You've had 7. Wow, Susie. So souls aren't trapped in the fetuses. Souls, how can I put it to you? It's an agreement before you came into the incarnation that you'd go through experience of miscarriages, lessons of miscarriages. Many times those are lessons for the mother. So the soul isn't necessarily fully not in there. It's not really not in there. That's more of a physical thing. It's not a soul thing. So it's a physical. And many times we find that physicalness, it's getting prepared for it later on. It's evolving as well. So it might take 7 times, 8 times for a fetus, for that area in the womb there to become to a space that it's able to sustain a full term fetus, and then it becomes a baby. Spirit does not come into the womb to the baby, if you guys will, till like the 7th or 8th month. It doesn't stay there; goes in and out. 9th month is a little bit more, and after the baby is born, it continues to leave the body out of the soft spot in the head, and then after the 10th month, it usually stays and folded in. Okay. Am I going to Lilydale? No, I'm not going to Lilydale. They'll not have me back at Lilydale. They decided not to have me back because I challenge them to do good mediumship, and they won't do it. They don't do quality mediumship there, and they won't do anything to change that. And I think that's wrong. I think it's disrespectful that they won't do quality mediumship. And I've offered to teach. They won't let me teach there. So, it's very political, and they're tucked into their little egos. A lot of the people there. A lot of people have great hearts there. They really do. And their intentions are fantastic. But unfortunately, they don't have a space and awareness to work on the quality of mediumship. So, and it takes work. It takes work. And you got to want to do it. And you think a place like Lilydale would be invested to do that. I mean, my goodness, it was started by 4 fathers, 4 women, years and years, a century ago. Come on, they did it. It was a suffragette period. It was very difficult and a hard time, and they worked and created that mediumship. They worked hard to develop it, and then to have people that just like lazy mediumship, I call it lazy mediumship. They just go lazy mediums. Lazy medium never wanted to move forward. Yeah, and they've done great works over the past. I've been there. They've supported me many times in the past. Had some great turnouts. Met a lot of lovely people in my demonstrations there. But I can't support an organization that doesn't work with the right intentions, or the right get the ego out of the way, and the human ego getting out of the way, and let spirit come in. I'm being very honest. Sorry, not sorry. I'm just my experience. June Hawk says, I was told in a class years ago that I'm a trance or trance medium. which is it. What does it mean? Same thing. Trans medium. Trans mediums has something like that change sexuality. Trans medium. So that's good. Tony Stockwell in England. He's a very good teacher of trans mediumship, and he teaches at Omega, which next year it'll be open. I think it's going to open this year, but next year. So I take a class from him. I'm not repeating the same answers because do dogs go to heaven? Of course they do. I knew Sylvia Brown very well. I was just talking about her the other day, mentioning her the other day. Sylvia Brown's a real character. Let me put it that way. When she was young, she was a very good medical intuitive. Later part in life, I don't know what happened to her, but she was a good intuitive when she first started. Do you offer private coaching? Yes. If you go to the school, JVP School of Mystical Arts, I have a whole course on coaching. Betty, do I think the country will shut down again? I do think parts of the country will be shut down. Yes. Jeremy, Dominic, do you remember your readings? No, I don't remember my readings. They come in and they go out. Certain ones, when someone brings them up again, I will say, oh, that one. I don't remember a lot of them because they're not mine to remember. I'm just the vessel, really, the voice box for it. The only one, I mean, it's so hard to remember them, but as I get older, even more. But the one I do remember, which I talk about a lot, is it took place in Maui, Hawaii, about 10 years ago now, 8 years ago, 9 years ago. And I was on stage in their Performing Arts Center, about 200 people in the audience. Nice crowd, very relaxed and, Maui wowie crowd, hanging out, nice people. And at the end, I remember towards the end, there was a little spirit girl next to me, blonde-haired, about 3 or 4 years old, a pink dress, sundress, and with blonde pigtails. And she was jumping up and down, really excited. And she says, I want to talk to my mommy and daddy. I want to talk to my mommy and daddy. And I said, where are they? And she goes, and she points to back there. They're back there. They're back there. So I described it to the audience, and this man and woman stood up at the very back of the audience. And this man was very big guy, big body. And the lady was there, and they said, yes, that's our daughter. And the name, yes. Details, yes, right. And a lot of details. And then the last thing she said was, Daddy, I want to thank you for the angel wings, because it was her birthday that day. And that's what was established, it was her birthday. And Daddy, thank you for the birthday present. Thank you for the angel wings. So for her birthday, he got angel wings. What he did was, a cry. He took off his T-shirt, the big hunk, big hole, took off his T-shirt, turned around on his back, his whole lats were 2 angel wings. And that was for his daughter for her birthday. So that I remember, of course, because that got everyone started crying. And that was the end of that demonstration. You can't top that. And that was just pure love both ways. And that was great. So some of them, I remember the strong emotional ones. And that's the other one with the boy that came through to his mother and father. I talk about this quite often, where he said to his mom and dad, we talk a lot about thoughts being real. And the spirit sees thoughts all around us. They see our colors. They see our thoughts. So he came through and said to his mom and dad, I see your thoughts. And I said he was 27. Yeah, he lived 27 years. He was 28 when he died. And he died in a car accident, hit and run, by a drunk driver. And the drunk driver survived, but the son died. And I remember that he said to his mother, Mom, this is a lesson of forgiveness. I've forgiven this gentleman, but you and Dad need to. And she was like, And then he went on to, and she goes, yes, I think I need to. He goes, yes. He came all this way, please. And then he said something very interesting, which I repeated every demonstration I've ever done because it was so important. And it's a hard thing to say, but he said it to me, so I had to say it to his mom. And you have to always feel the temperature in the room, if they're receptive or not. And I do have an art in that, or they have an art, they use me with an art of being able to present it in a way that is received, but I'm not going to destroy the people in the audience. That's not my job. So I had to say this in a way, his message to come through where they received it. They weren't destroyed by it, but they were brought up by it. He said, Mom, Dad, I lived 27 years of my life, but you only think about the last day of my life. Why is that? So he said, I died once. Don't make me die every day with your thoughts. So that was hard, but it was a very important message. It makes total sense. And so I repeat that in every demonstration because the value of that is beyond, the value of that is pretty incredible. It changes lives. Okay, I'm just going through these. Sorry, everyone, just jumping through these comments. Nancy, you connected me to my husband 22 years ago. Wow, thanks, Nancy. Wow, I didn't know. I'm wondering if I should do a soul circle where people have had messages by me over the many years and how their lives have changed. That'd be an interesting soul care. That'd be a really interesting one. I don't know how to find all those people, but that would be a really great one to find out how, if any of those messages have changed their lives. I'm sure it has, but I never find out. I rarely get any feedback. Every once in a while I get a letter or people come to my demonstration, but it's really just I just give it out, and I know they've changed, but I never find out. Well, every once in a while, but not all the time. So it's interesting when that happens. It's fascinating. I'm sure I'll see them in heaven, right? Hi, Mary, transplant. Hi, Mary. How are you, sweetie? Transplanted Yankee living in Maryland, yes. So you go visit my jvpschoolmysticalarts.com. That's for tuning in to intuition. I have so many, 42 courses there. And that's a good way to learn how to tune in, how to use your intuition, your healing. And don't forget about this weekend's workshop, too. Risa, how can we deal with anger? What can I do about my situation? Your mom is in your garden. Oh, no, she's Risa. Why are you dealing with anger? Frustration turned inward. Why are you dealing with that? You're in control of that. You can't control other people. Why would you be angry? Tell me, I need to hear more. Thanks, Kathy. I love you too. Thank you. Hi, Kara. I love you. Your son keeps referring to... Wait. I want to see if there's the same person here. I don't know. No, Susie, if you can't be a walking spirit, you'd know it if you're a walking spirit. Rhonda says, my son keeps on referring to Orion. Yes, that's very similar to Wednesday night. You definitely watch Wednesday night Facebook. Holly, you're very kind and pumped. Thank you, Holly. Hi from South Africa. Thank you. When you're in silence, they're speaking. That's very true, Alexandra. Yes, it's in the silence is very loud. We have to allow ourselves to be silent, right? Silence is golden. Gold is the highest vibrational color. Debbie, you enjoyed Friday evening. Spirit was great. When did you know you're ready to go to public with your gifts? I sat for 7 years every Tuesday night in a development circle, and every Tuesday night for 7 years before I'd give out a message. That's how sure I had to be. When you start practicing with friends and the information is 90% understood, that's when I would start doing it publicly. Because, you have other people's lives in your hands, the responsibility, and what you give out, you'll get back. So anyone's name you take in vain, when you pass over, they'll be meeting you saying, how did you say that about me? So you got to be sure, 100% sure, before you go in the public. Jennifer, I think your horse is fine. Yeah, let him go. Let's say it'll be okay to go. Exactly. You can let him know he'll be a guide of yours in the spirit world. Okay, so I'll be back tomorrow, everybody, and we'll do the sitting in the closet meditation, and I'll show you some photographs of mediumship, all right? So thank you, everybody, and check out the school, JP School Mystical Arts, and look at some of the courses. You might love them. I know you will. Have a great day. All right, bye.